What's up, desktopers? In this video, we discuss the guys that are out of the 2020 Arnold Classic according to Muscular Development, and that's Shawn Rhoden, Dexter Jackson, and Phil Heath. But we have a whole bunch of guys that are in, 9 guys that they said in their latest video to be exact, and we discuss the quality of this 2020 Arnold Classic lineup. Guys, if you like these videos, give me a thumbs up. Also subscribe and hit that notification bell button, and that way you'll be notified of every video that goes up for myself, Xavier Wills at Desktop Bodybuilding. Anyway, guys, on with the video. What's up, desktopers? Xavier Wills here for Desktop Bodybuilding, and we are back with another video. And today we're discussing the 2020 Arnold Classic, the names that are in and the guys that are out. Now, as I mentioned at the start of this video, Shawn Rhoden, Muscular Development, they put up a video, a live video actually on their YouTube channel, and basically he said Steve Bleckman spoke to Bob Lorimer, I believe, and Bob Lorimer is one of the promoters of the Arnold Classic. So he's going to be in the know, and I'm going basically off their video and some of the names that they mentioned. Now, I've known of some of these names already, but I haven't had enough really names to go down and say 100% this is what's going down. But if you've got it directly from an Arnold Classic promoter, then I'd say it's pretty spot on. So the guys that are out, Shawn Rhoden. Now, there was a poster that went out saying Shawn Rhoden was going to be in the 2020 Arnold Classic, basically. It says they're back, and it had big Ramy and Shawn Rhoden on it. Apparently, Shawn Rhoden is not competing according to the sources that we got. Phil Heath is also out as well. And something else I found interesting too, which I actually didn't know. He basically, Ron Harris said that Phil will do go and do the Olympia next year, which I think most people are assuming he will do. And then he said, and then of course he'll go and do Athleticon, which is The Rock's new show coming up. And he said because Phil Heath is managed by Danny Garcia. And that's The Rock's manager as well, which is actually The Rock's ex-wife, I believe. So very interesting there. And the fact that, The Rock and Danny Garcia and their team are putting together this Athleticon thing, it stands to reason that Phil Heath is going to do that Athleticon show as well, which is only, I think it's under a month or so after the Mr. Olympia in 2020. So I found that interesting as well. The other one is Dexter Jackson. Apparently he's out of the 2020 Arnold Classic as well. I think he's going to focus probably on those later shows, including the Olympia. Dexter has said he wants to come back better than this year, so that would be very impressive if Dexter was able to do that. But let's discuss the names that are in the 2020 Arnold Classic according to Ron Harris of Muscular Development. Now, number 1, Big Ramy. Apparently he is in. We sort of already knew that already. We knew Big Ramy was gunning for that. I don't know who his coach is because, and Ron Harris said the same thing. But Dennis James does know, and because I interviewed Dennis James the other day, and he told me he knows, but he didn't actually disclose who it was, and it is a well-known prep coach apparently, but it's all been kept under wraps, and it is not Neil Hill. Interesting stuff there as well. Roelly Winklaar apparently is in the 2020 Arnold Classic too. Apparently had a minor hamstring issue leading up to the Olympia, as did William Bonac as well. So hopefully that's all cleared up and Roelly's able to bring his best at this year's Arnold Classic, because 2019 wasn't Roelly's best year in terms of placings, and just his physique wasn't quite as sharp as it needed to be to win the Arnold Classic or to place as well as he wanted to do at the Olympia. But I think Roelly can bounce back and have a good Arnold Classic, and I think a lot of people will write him off too, so you never know, he would come in and surprise everyone here. The next guy, Josh Lenartowicz, Ron Harris has said Josh is in. Josh did have that surgery on his head for a tumor, so he had to have that done again, and health permitting, I believe Josh Lenartowicz will be on that 2020 Arnold Classic stage, and I'm praying for Josh, and I hope he can make it to the stage. Steve Kuklo, very good Mr. Olympia appearance. I can't actually remember his placing exactly, but he was around that 6th spot, I believe, and he looked really, really good. Steve's one of those guys that sort of doesn't have the crazy separation, but he can do really well in these lineups. And if he's sixth at the Olympia, he will definitely be gunning for a top placing here. And he had a very, very good 2019. A guy that I'm really excited about is Sergio Oliver Jr., sorry, not Olivia. Now, he has said himself he's had a very good off-season, and it's the first time he's had an off-season in ages, which is very exciting because he's been going from comp to comp and just improving, without having a true off-season and without having an off-season with drama in it. So that's really exciting for Sergio, and I hope he has a prep that is drama-free and he's able to hit that stage, because the photo I saw, a while ago of him, he looked huge. So I hope he can bring that, that same physique but with more mass to the stage, and I think he can be a real player in this lineup and shock a lot of people. William Bonac, apparently he's 85% committed. He did have that hamstring issue leading into the Olympia, that injury, much the same as Roelly Winklaar, but I think William Bonac's was a little bit more serious, and we saw that impact his leg size a little bit, but I think William Bonac can do very, very well here if he jumps in the lineup and is at his best. Because if he brings the package that he brought last year to Arnold Classic and he brings it this next year, I think that he'll be very, very hard to beat, because he almost took out Brandon Curry. Honestly, it was very, very close. Next name on the list, Patrick Moore, and everyone's in love with Patrick Moore after the Olympia because his conditioning is great, he's got great shape, and he's making improvements too. So an improved Patrick Moore from the Olympia, he can do very well in this lineup as well, depending on how everyone else shows up. The next guy, Cedrick McMillian. Now, Cedric is hit and miss, but we know he does his best at the Arnold Classic. Now, he missed it a little bit last year at the Arnold Classic, but I think that he can improve and bring a better package this year. And I've seen a bit better conditioning from Cedric in some of these post-Olympia shows, but he's still been a little bit hit and miss as well. So I'm excited to see what Cedric can do. And it seems like he really wants to compete more and show up and figure it all out, and how things work in his body. So hopefully he can do that and he gets a good run at it with not too much work and haven't been deployed or anything like that with his job with the Army. And the last guy on the list is Johnny Jackson. I never thought I'd see this. He is coming back to the stage. He did retire, but he's a bodybuilder through and through, and he's a thick dude. He's not going to be a top contender at this show. I mean, that's me thinking realistically. His upper body will be, but his legs, that's what really lets him down. And he's, smashed his legs, and he's got them to levels where they look respectable, but they're still, overpowered by his upper body because he's got one of the freakiest backs. He's got crazy traps. He's got a huge chest. And it's very hard to balance out a body when you're that thick upstairs and your legs are slightly behind. But very excited to see Johnny Jackson coming back to the stage because, I've always liked him and I've always liked his physique personally. So very, very good. So that's, I think, about 9 or so guys that are in the Arnold Classic, and they are quality. These dudes are quality. And the one guy that I think could even struggle a little bit is Johnny Jackson, and I'm excited to see him, and he's still a quality competitor. So that top 8 or so is going to be stacked, and there's still probably more names that could jump into this. I don't know about Nathan Diasha. Maybe he's going to compete. I'm not too sure, but there's a whole bunch of names that can jump in here still. So I think we're going to see an awesome lineup at the 2020 Arnold Classic, and I'm super excited for it. So if you want to watch the original video that was put up by Muscular Development and Ron Harris, the link is in the description as well, so credit to them. Anyway, guys, if you like these videos, make sure you give me a thumbs up on this one. Also subscribe, hit that notification bell button, and that way you'll be notified of every video that goes up for myself at Desktop Bodybuilding. So for Xavier Wills, Desktop Bodybuilding, we are